Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. We're in the jungle once again, and in a previous video, I showed us building a bushcraft bench. If you missed it, do check out the link in the card above or the description below. Today, we're going to build a bushcraft workstation. That's right, it's going to comprise of a table, a stand, a stool, some stumps, everything you need to work when you're in the jungle. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member. Now let's see what we're going to work on first. The first thing we're going to do for this workstation is to build a working table. And we're actually going to use this fallen tree as a support for one end of the table, and then we're going to take two vertical pieces of wood which I've already cut. We've staked it out at the end just a bit so we can hammer it into the ground. There'll be a crossbar that will be one end of the support, and then we'll lay different pieces of wood across to form the tabletop. Let's build the main structure first. So we used a batten to knock those two vertical poles into the ground. Now it's not buried deep, just enough so that it's self-standing, and then we can add this horizontal piece over here, and this will be square lashed on the inside right here, and this is where these horizontal poles will be leaning on this crossbar as well as on this log support. Here we have the basic structure of the table setup, added a diagonal crossbar just for additional support. And what we have is cut different pieces of wood and just place them together to form the tabletop. And what I intend to do now is to lash all these pieces of wood down to this main log. This end is going to be free, mainly because if we're going to use this as a sawhorse of sorts, I do not want rope getting in the way, but we'll see how that works after I lash this down. So here we have the finished working table. So it's not really, I would say, strong enough to be a sawhorse, but it's supposed to be there to put things down, to work on, just so that you have actually a proper table to set things down. So definitely strong enough and sturdy enough to do some kind of craft work, but maybe not so much to saw a huge log. That's something we'll do on the ground anyway, and there will be cutting logs for that. So overall, I think it works, sturdy enough, and it's a good addition to the overall bushcraft workstation. The next thing we're going to build for our bushcraft workstation is a bushcraft organizer, and this idea is from Felix Imler, so shout out to him. Basically, we are going to build a 4-pod, so basically a 4-legged structure. There'll be crossbars, and then we'll put more crossbars, which will be kind of a shelf top. So the first thing we've done is cut these 4 1-inch long poles. We're going to tie them, lash them together, and then we'll spread them out to have it standing, and then we'll build up the structure. Here's the basic structure setup, kind of a pyramid structure for legs, as you can see. And we've got crossbars already cut out. These crossbars will be attached and lashed on 4 sides of the structure. Not only would be the cross supports, but also form the support for the tabletop or the shelf. Here's a look at how I'm lashing the crossbars together. I'm actually using 1 length of rope to square and diagonal lash the 2 crossbars against 1 vertical shaft. Just makes it more efficient and also more secure. Here you can see that we have added the crossbars and we've added loose pieces of wood, 1-inch pieces of wood that will form the tabletop. So they just go over like that. Make sure we try to get as even spaces as possible. You can see the knots here, so we're going to flip that over just so that the knots don't meet, and we get as tight a space as possible without too many gaps if we can. Now once we've got that, we can take 2 more pieces of wood, which we have over here, and these will be lashed in front and behind so that they kind of press down those loose locks which will form the shelf top, and looks pretty good. And here we have the completed Bushcraft Organiser. You can see there is a shelf for items to be put on. There are also extensions where you can hang bits of gear. If you've got a light, you can hang it from the forepod as well. So just very versatile and just a great utility for a Bushcraft workstation. So we have the table that we built. We also have stumps that we cut. So these are basically logs that we cut and they become our working stumps. So we've got a pretty good workstation now set up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video on building a Bushcraft workstation. If you've built something similar, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.